Hey there everyone, this is Chris with Elemento Play, and today I have a package that came in the mail. And I think I have a good idea what it is based on what's on the front here, but I'm going to open it up, and if it is in fact what it says, then I'm also going to unbox that in this same video. So, let's start by getting in here. I won't drag this out too much because there's no reason for it not to be what I ordered, except that Kickstarters sometimes mess up. So, let's see, inside the box, we've got bubble wrap, something Raccoon Tycoon, feels like metal, probably coins, that's my guess. We've got some more bubble wrap. We've got a box. Look at that cover. It's got like a sheen to it, that pretty golden color. Very cool. And then back inside the box, we've got something else here. This is Railroad Rivals. I don't actually remember ordering this, but it's entirely possible I did, thinking it was a yeah, I don't remember ordering this. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I figured it was an expansion or something I didn't realize. That's everything inside the box. So I guess we have a surprise 2 unboxings today. That is something. So here we are. 2 board games, which I will focus in on a little bit. Let's start with these tokens here, see what we've got inside. Yep, so we've got some nice metal coins. Check those out. Those are sweet. And they're cold because it's cold here and they were outside. Let's see if we can get through each one. That nice copper color for the pennies. These are cool. I'm really fond of these. Board game components. One of my friends got me really big into liking high quality components, and I definitely blame him for it. So here's where I am now. So Raccoon Tycoon is a pretty pure stock market game where you are competing to control the most valuable resources. So I'll crack into it in a second here, but I mean the basis of it is you collect different resources. When you buy them, the value of them goes up. When you sell them, the value of them goes down, and then you can buy other things that'll make it easier to collect resources and gain and lose value there. So I don't remember all the rules to the game, not going to pretend I do, but that is the basis of it. So let's get inside here. I really love the coloring that they did on this box. It reminds me kind of, in a good way, of an older game, like something out of maybe the 80s or 90s, where the box isn't, you know, crazy colors or anything. It's pretty basic and straightforward, but at the same time, it's appealing. So let's see here. We have inside the box, we've got an instruction booklet, which is not overwhelming, and I always call that out because that obviously can be a make or break for many people. This is big words, looks pretty well explained, straightforward, and they have explanations of the cards in the back, which is also great. That's really important for games to have. Oh, and a cheat sheet of actions. Good. We have a game board. So this is a nice looking little board. Again, simple, straightforward, yet flashy enough. So you've got your stock market track up on the top. placements for all your cards, and then other buildings that you can purchase along the bottom here. Great. Let's hop over here. We've got all sorts of buildings. These are all, as far as I know, considered buildings. Yep, so even though they're technically luxuries of other sorts. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they're actually, some are actually identified as buildings and other ones are commodities. So I was wrong. They are not all buildings. All right. We've got a bunch of little pieces here. So here's some presumably wood. You can see those in there. They're nice little components. They're like they're all made of like a wooden meeple material. This is your coal, I would guess. You've got wine, wheat, iron, and then these are tools, I believe, which is still another type of resource, I think. This, I assume, is a first player token, so this is a little raccoon. Let's take him out. So there's our Raccoon Tycoon. And that's a nice, not heavy, but heavier than other pieces, wooden token. It's got some imperfections on it, but I like it. That's really cute. He's got a little lantern. Look at him. Look at him being all cute. All right. And then we've got a bunch of cards here. So we've got, actually, all right, so here's money. That's nice. We've got a badger on the front there. Bank of Astoria. So he's on every one of them. This is a Forbidden Games product. So you can see the logo there. In dog we trust, that. On both sides, it's all the same, so 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 100s. Cool. Let's take a look at some of our Railroad Tycoon cards. Our town people, I guess they are. So it looks like we've got a couple of each one. These cards appear to be exactly the same, so a male and a female raccoon. Then we've got a dog, male and female. These are really cute cards. And you can see that they all have different gold value on the bottom and VP, so I assume that that you can buy these throughout the game with your money. And that these have something to do with the end game. I haven't yet picked up sleeves for these, so I'll have to. They're kind of a funky tarot size, huh? Beaver Ford. So these must alter what kind of stuff you gather during the game. I really, really like the art on this. I know I've talked about that on a lot of other games, but it's a selling point for me. I know others don't care quite as much, but nice art, I'm more likely to buy it. So I definitely say that they hit the mark on this one. All right, let's see what this deck over here is. Looks like some sort of goods production deck. It seems to be that these cards do a couple different things, which is cool. So I'm wondering if that's a concept where you have to pick one or the other each time you take a card, which can be a really nice mechanic in a lot of games. Because then you have to decide how you want to use each card. Are you going to take advantage of its price or its production? But I'm actually thinking that this is one where it has this is probably the cost up top, and then paying that produces this. I don't know for sure though. So lots of resource management here on top of the stock market. So I guess I shouldn't say it's pure stock market. It's definitely a little bit of a mix. And then little mission cards have the most money at the end of the game, have the most railroads, towns, buildings, commodities. Yeah. So these are private missions. Cool. All right. So Railroad Tycoon. I'm sorry, yeah, Railroad Tycoon. Raccoon Tycoon. Like I said, really kind of a cool game by Forbidden Games. I'll make sure to get a gameplay of this up at some point. But it looks like I gotta jump over to another unboxing, which I was not expecting today. Let me put some of this away before we jump to that. I'm on a bit of a time crunch today. I hate to say it, so I probably wouldn't have done this if I'd known that I was unboxing too. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, and we're going to see what we get out of it. Because I like you all, and I want you to see what this game is as much as I want to see what it is. I feel like it's been forever since I've done one of these unboxing videos, so I'm kind of glad to get back on the train, but right on the train. All right, so Railroad Rivals. I feel like I have heard of this game, so I don't know why it never clicked for me that I actually ordered it, but it looks like about an hour playtime, 5 players. They're claiming it's not super complex, and 8+. I'm sometimes hesitant to wonder about these age ratings. My little sister's 9, and she's a smart kid, but she doesn't catch on to board games, and maybe it's just not her style. Maybe she's just not into board games. So I don't know if it's her age or just her as a person. Either is certainly possible, because I know that plenty of people play board games with their kids. So, but I also don't know this game, so I don't know if I would agree with that or not. I wouldn't know how to say. So, Railroad Rivals. Let's crack into this. It's obviously a Railroad Tycoon game. Rules for hotels and water towers. So this must be a mini expansion that they included with it. Again, not an overwhelming rule book. This is a pretty standard size for any game book. No card clarifications on this one, so hopefully it's not too complicated when it comes to that. This appears to be a game board here. Got a score track, stock value. So I actually, it's kind of funny because I bought Raccoon Tycoon in order to meet my need for stock games. And I'm going to have to be more cautious about how I go about my purchasing, because ever since backing Raccoon Tycoon, so I obviously have this now, Railroad Rivals. I now have Raccoon Tycoon, and I picked up Tokyo Metro at some point. So I was looking for one stock game, and I have 3. And oops, maybe that's just my board game buying habit or compulsion, but that's what we've got. Okay, these are cool. They've got these wooden tokens here. Not tokens, I guess these are probably the game board pieces. It's a whole bunch of them. I'm just going to open one of these stacks. I'm not going to go through all 3 because there's a lot here and it's going to get really sloppy if I try to. So let me try to get between one of these without doing too much damage. So we'll just take a look at a few of these. It looks like these are all stock tokens or chips for different railways. Oh, so these identify the stocks you own. These pieces are stuck together a little. Interesting. So this seems like a neat game in that it's very stock based. So that's what we're looking at here. Then this is some sort of stock tile as well. B&O, C&O, PRR, SR. So those are all actual railroad lines. There's more of these here. So yeah, I guess I'm not totally clear on how this game works. We'll find out at some point, I suppose. I'm still meaning to get through and do some of my playthroughs at some point. So maybe once I get this to the table, I can do that. This does come with a bunch of wooden chits. They're little trains. So I can say that I got a train game now. Choo-choo. Right? Little wooden blocks. We've got probably ownership tokens to identify you own a certain line, or you're president of a certain line, I would imagine, since it's a stock game. And then this must be the parts for the expansion, because you've got the water towers in here and little cities. And then it looks like there's a blind draw bag of some sort, so I don't know what that's used for exactly. And finally, we have, I was going to say cards. These are not cards. There are no cards in this game. That's actually kind of cool. So it's a unique game in that they didn't bother with cards, because I guess it wasn't necessary. They decided to go for the upgraded components instead. And these are cardboard. Kind of little, I mean, they're not going to bend on you unless you intentionally like snap them, but they're still a little flimsy. These look like player tokens, so it can be Eleanor Boucher or Cornelius Provenzali, Christine Drover or Smokey Joe Brown. Let me make sure you can see those all right, because the art on these is kind of funny. There, that's... how's that? That's probably better. Let me get back Eleanor here. Cornelius. Annie Stegg. And Elias Monsey. Got little Emma Virginia. And Ronnie O'Connor. I bet they'll end up dating by the end of this trip. No, they'll have a summer romance. Maria Lopez and Ernie Vujovic. Vujovic? I'll bet there are puns in these and I'm just missing them. I'm the type to overlook that sort of thing. All right, so like I said, I know nothing about Railroad Rivals, but I now have another game that I didn't plan on owning, and it's open, so I'll have to play it. But that's okay, because I like railroad games, and I like stock games, and this will be great. All right, so there you have it. Forbidden Games Kickstarter unboxing for Raccoon Tycoon and Railroad Rivals. If you like the art style of these games, or you like these styles of games, stock market and whatnot, definitely check them out. They've got their own website, and you should be able to order some of this stuff there. I don't know if they have any active Kickstarters right now, but I'm sure you can get your hands on some of this stuff without a problem. So as always, thank you for watching. This has been Chris with Elemental Play. I want to call out that you can always catch any of my channels. So I've got, my YouTube and my Twitter are good places to start. But I'm also working right now on getting a Twitch stream up and running. I'm trying to stream a little bit, a few nights a week if I can. So if you want to check that out, I'll be playing, maybe the same game or different games all the time. I kind of hop around between games depending on what my mood is, so you can always come chat with me and we'll hang out. So thank you for watching as always, and have a good one. Make sure you keep playing board games.